Hello and welcome to Daily News Analysis by APSC. Today is 9th of January 2023 and these are the list of important news that we'll be covering today. This is also including the yesterday's news, that is 8th of January. Let's begin with the first one. The first one is an important day here. We can see this is Pravasi Bharatiya Diwas. This is from the section Important Days. And this Diwas is celebrated on 9th January every year to remember the favors and contributions made by non-resident Indians to the welfare and development of the nation. This day also commemorates the return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa to Mumbai in 1915. We have already talked briefly about this in the previous news capsule. So that was on Pravasi Bharatiya Convention. So you can go through that news again. Now this Diwas was established in 2000 by Ministry of External Affairs. Let's move to the next one. The next one is from the topic of international relations. That is 13th India-US Trade Policy Forum. This is being held from 9 to 11 January 2023 in Washington DC, USA. Now what is this Trade Policy Forum? Trade Policy Forum is a premier forum to resolve trade and investment issues between India and USA. There are 5 focus groups between India and USA that we'll be discussing. One is agriculture, the other one is investment, then you have innovation and creativity. Creativity here refers to the intellectual property rights, IP rights. Then you have services and tariff and non-tariff barriers. So these are the 5 focus groups India and US will focus in this policy forum. This is sourced from the PIB, Press Information Bureau news. And the last TPF, that is Trade Policy Forum, was held in New Delhi in 2021. Let's move to the next. The next is a military exercise called Veer Guardian. This has been again sourced from PIB. Now India and Japan, they are collaborating in this maiden air exercise. So this is the first time India and Japan is collaborating on air exercises, and Indian Air Force and Japan Air Self-Defense Force are the 2 forces. It will be held from January 12th to 26th January 2023 at Hyakuri Air Base in Japan. Now this exercise is also important because for the first time a woman fighter from IIFF will join a military exercise in a foreign land. Then this exercise was initiated by the 2+2 Foreign and Defense Ministerial meeting held in Tokyo on 8th September 2022. So India will participate in this exercise, and the planes or the airplanes that will include 4 Sukhoi, then 2 C-17 and 1 IL-78 aircraft, while Japanese Air Force will have 4 F-2 and 4 F-15 aircrafts. So this will bring both the countries closer in terms of defense and security purposes. Let's move to the next one. Now here you have e-services bags gold icon award. So this is from the Hindu paper. Now this is on the basis of the Digital India Awards. Let's understand the Digital Award once. Digital India Awards was formed by the Ministry of, or launched by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It falls under the aegis of National Portal of India, and it is a step to transform India into a digitally empowered society. This awards acknowledges, inspires and motivates government entities as well as startups who are based in digital transformation of the society. And it has 7 categories. The award has 7 categories. So this time e-NAM services of Ministry of Agriculture won the platinum icon, and this e-services of Manipur government won the gold icon. So here is the news from Assam Tribune. This is from Assam Tribune. So here you can see President Murmu presenting the gold icon to the e-services Manipur team. Now e-services Manipur team has been associated with 35 online projects, end-to-end online projects for 9 departments under the government of Manipur, and it was launched in 2016 and covering 9 districts of the states. So through this e-services, citizens of Manipur can avail birth certificates, then their caste certificate, their domicile certificate, income certificate, registration certificate for employment exchange, etc. So therefore they were awarded the gold icon this year. Let's move to the next one. The next one is on the Joshimath issue that is going on. This is sourced from the Hindu paper. This is from Assam Tribune, sorry, but you'll also find this news in the Hindu paper. Now here you can see there has been cracks developed in the houses at Joshimath. Why? The residents are complaining that because of this project by NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation's project, Tapovan Vishnugar hydropower project, is affecting the quality of soil in the region, and therefore these cracks are being developed and lots of landslides are happening because of the project. So this is a reminder that you cannot mess with the environment. And Joshimath, if you look at the map, in Uttarakhand, it is in Uttarakhand, and here you can see Joshimath. If you zoom closer to the map of Uttarakhand, Joshimath is right here, near to Badrinath. So Joshimath is a transition point or a transition town to lot of mountaineering expeditions and pilgrim centers like Badrinath. This is a pilgrim center. Then you have other pilgrim centers like Kedarnath and all these places. So it is one of the starting points to all these expeditions. And Joshimath also opens to one trail or one skiing place called Oli, which is India's only skiing resort. So here at Oli also there has been effect because of the closing down of the town because of the project. So you can read about this in briefly. Let's move to the next. The next is Navy signs contract for autonomous armed boat. So this is again from the Hindu paper. Here we can see the Indian Navy has signed a contract with this company called Sagar Defense Engineering to get hold of armed autonomous unmanned boats that will be used for surveillance in the Indian Ocean. Then this is the 5th contract under the sprint. So this contract is the 50th contract under the sprint challenge that was initiated by our Prime Minister. Now what is this sprint challenge? Sprint stands for supporting pole vaulting in research and development through innovations for defense excellence, NINWIO, and Technology Departmental Acceleration Cell. So this is the full form of sprint. Then what does it aim at? It aims at giving a boost to the users of indigenous technology in Indian Navy in a bid to achieve Atmanirbhar, which is Atmanirbhar, basically self-sufficiency in Indian Navy through indigenous technology. And it was unveiled on July 18, 2022 at this seminar, that is NIIO's seminar in New Delhi. And to mark the 75th year of independence, this project aimed at 75 new technologies or products for Indian Navy. So this is the 58th product. Let's move to the next. Now this has been sourced from PIB. Here we can read that protein found in zebrafish can regenerate each disc in human vertebrae. Now this is what a zebrafish looks like. Okay. Now zebrafish, the scientific name of zebrafish is Danio rerio, and it is native to South Asia. It is popularly used for aquariums, aquarium as an aquarium fish for decoration. And the protein here they are talking about is the zebrafish selenoprotein PA. So this zebrafish selenoprotein can help regenerate human disc that is found in the human spine. So what happens is, as we grow older, we can feel that our back is paining, our lower backs. So this is because our discs, there are in a vertebrae, there are certain discs. So they degenerate, and this protein helps in regeneration. So it is a good news for those who are having back pains, etc. They can, if successful in the future, this protein can be used for treatment of regeneration of this vertebrate disc. So let's move to the next. This is again from science and technology topic, that is IISER Pune's new material removes pollutants from water. Now this is very important in terms of environmental conservation. Now this Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research at Pune, they customized a new technology, that is Viologen unit grafted organic framework. This one framework, and this material is like a sponge. It's like a sponge, molecular sponge like material, and it can swiftly clean polluted water by soaking up all these contaminants. So basically it's like a sponge that absorbs all the contaminants, and this helps in keeping the water clean. This technology, if used, can be useful in delivering access to clean water and drinkable water for our population, which is a big issue in India, in a country like India. The results for this was published in this journal called Engeweint Chemi. So you can read this. Let's move to the next. The next is a clear picture of how mercury becomes a superconductor. Now, in science, this is again from science and technology, it is found that mercury is a superconductor, meaning the mercury offers no resistance to flow of electric current through it. So therefore, it is a superconductor. Now, in 1811, this Dutch physicist called Heike Kamerlin Onnes, he discovered this superconductivity in mercury, but then he couldn't prove why it is so. Now scientists from Italy, a group of researchers from Italy, have somewhat managed to describe of why mercury is a superconductor based on the theory of this Bardeen-Cooper-Schrieffer theorem, that is BCS theory. So this was all about this news. It is still not yet fully done, the research. When it comes out, it could definitely answer a lot of questions regarding on why mercury acts as a superconductor. Let's move to the next. Next is on Project SAMBANDH. This is from the topic of social issues. So here this gentleman, he is Colonel Vembu Shankar. He is a retired colonel from Indian Army. So he launched the project called Project SAMBANDH in the year 2017. Now, what is this Project SAMBANDH? Normally, when an army officer or gather dies in the line of duty, the Indian Army and the government of India takes care of their kins. But what about the army officers or cadres or soldiers who died in non-operational circumstances? So Indian Army provides for certain period of time to look after the deceased family, but then the connection is lost over the years. So this project Sambandh is this philanthropic man's idea to connect to all these families who have lost their sons or daughters or fathers or mothers in non-operational circumstances such as physical ailments, accidents, or suicides. So this project Sambandh collaborates with families who lost their kins in non-operational circumstances, and it connects them so that these families can reach the authorities to help to get financial assistance from the government. So this man is the founder, Colonel Bamboo Shankar. Let's move to the next. Now here we have new species of migratory birds sighted in Tripura. So recently, yesterday or day before yesterday also, when we published our news capsule, you might have seen about the deportable count, bird count. Here again in Tripura also, they have found 3 new species coming to Tripura this time. These 3 are the birds. They are from Europe and Siberia. Now it has been found, these 3 birds have been found in Suksagar Lake in Gomati district of Tripura. So this was Tripura's new species of migratory birds. Here we have to understand Tripura has one Ramsar site, that is Rudrasagar Lake. Okay. So this is ongoing because it's the season of migratory birds. A lot of migratory birds come towards northeast and they go towards the southern parts and western parts of the country. Let's move to the next. Now this news is not very important, but then we just have to celebrate this thing called Jinkenjri, which is the root bridges of Meghalaya. Now normally how they make these root bridges is by using rubber fig called, in scientific name it is called the Ficus elastica. So they use this fig and bamboos to connect from one side to the other, as you can see in the picture, and it makes the living root bridges, particularly towards the East Khasi Hills of Meghalaya, towards Cherrapunji, which is also called as Sohra. It's not that important, but it's just a celebration of this achievement. Let's move to the next. The next news is from Assam Tribune. Here the news was that beads were used for bribe in the recent ongoing Arunachal Pradesh Service Commission job exams. So here you can see this woman with all these beads. So these beads in Adi dialect, according to the news, we're just following the news. So according to the news, these beads are called tadok in Adi language, Adi dialect. Now what happens is, these beads, as it's passed down from one generation to another, so it has a high value in the society. And these beads are not bought just like that. It is passed down from one generation to another. So the older the beads, more higher value it is. Now these beads has been used for bribery recently, and it has been going on for a couple of years according to the news. So this was all about this news actually. There's hardly anything, but then this concept of tadok, this concept of this traditional jewelry is important for our cultural point of view. So this was all about this tadok. Let's move to the next. Now there is this village called Parbung. This is sourced from the Hindu paper, this news. So there is this village called Parbung located at the tri-junction of Manipur, Mizoram and Myanmar, and it is gearing up. Basically it is launching a first of its kind event called the cultural festivity. It will have 26 tribes from Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya and Assam celebrating the diversity of Northeast, and this event will take place on January 12th. So this was all briefly about this. Let's move to the next. The next is from the category of sports, taken from the Hindu paper. Taken from Hindu. So this is Football Federation of India's vision, which we call AIFF, All India Football Federation. They have launched this vision 2047, exactly 24 years from now on. So they have included 6 4-year plans. So 6 into 4, you have 24 years. 24 years to strengthen the grassroots level and also to build infrastructure. Now this vision also focuses on women's football, for which they have allocated a 5 or 4 tier league for women and 3 tier league for men, which is already in place actually. That is Hero ISL, which will have 14 teams. Hero I League also will have 14 teams, and the third division, that is I League second division, that will have 12 teams. This vision also includes an elaborated youth league for the youth. Basically, if we have to see from the first point, this is to build the grassroots. Then there will be hiring of 50,000 coaches, out of which 4,500 will have to have AIFF-C license. Then the vision also includes a mega football park by 2026 and also a national center of excellence. So this is to improve the football scenario, which India is a strong team, was a strong team from the 60s to 70s, but over the years we have been very weak in terms of the football scenario. Now this is to regenerate or rejuvenate our Indian football team, so that we can perform in various continental clashes, including the World Cup. So this is a plus point for Indian football. Okay, so this was all about today's news. If we have to go back and see, we have included all this news today. Okay, so if you are enjoying this series, please leave a like and comment down below about the thoughts and your feelings towards this news series or news analysis. We are happy to contact you directly through our Telegram channel also, where you can find this PDF of this analysis, and let us know what are your feelings again. So thank you for joining. We'll see you soon.